less useful.
Yeah.
Let's not say useless. This
No,
is very
his
rude.
window just went from
Yeah.
from a big window to a small one.
And Storm is pulling on someone.
Oh, immediately gets the kill.
Solo kill, flashy play, Azura. Proving that he is one of the strongest contender in the mid lane.
Let me rephrase that. It's not a small window, it's a pinhole right now. Because there's so many things that can cancel it. There's the blink, the avalanche toss combo. There is the ball lightning into the silence. It's really hard if you're a Bane.
But we haven't seen Queen Card participating in this fight much because he's trying to finish off his Radiance and now he has the Radiance with the Auger Axe as well. With the Empower, maybe he can push off. Not sure, has to see how.
Gotta be careful though. Soon this Tiny's got their arsenal just to save. Or their smoke play. This could probably be their first
Jokam's there.
forced engagement. Aura, he's just baiting them down. He knows that's the bait. He's got the brain stab into the poison damage. Avila, they want more. They smoked up for this. They are trying to stand there. Lays down the ice path, catches onto the Kunkka. That's a big damage. Blade Fury, Misery to join next. Ifrit, he's got nightmared up. Can they follow it up with a Fiend's Grip or whatnot?
They all bought back and now the Radiant team uses a Shrine. And I think they want to pursue for this. As you said, don't call him useless. A MVP sleep there just on the DD Viva. But regardless of the whole fight, both teams bought back immediately, tried to invest into that. And we just proven that the position wasn't quite there for them. And Jokam blinking into aggressively causes his life and forces him to buy back.
It was a bait by the bait. Well worth it.
So do you still become useless now?
Well, I mean, if you use him as a bait, what do you call that?
Nah, I'm just kidding. But this guy actually did a wonderful job for that team fight just to break the smoke. Harpy was there to break the smoke and Jokam blinking in once to finish it off. But it's kind of unfortunate. It's like
Bane, does he have his Fiend's Grip? Why didn't he commit?
Oh, you mean on the Weaver? On the Weaver.
Yeah, there was a Weaver down there. They could have committed. Like 3 heroes were dead on the side. So that's why I'm. Like, why aren't they following it up? It was a
yeah, he was sleeping for like Necropide being used. Push off the wave. What's next for them? Scary key.
Well, apparently an engagement up at top because they're not here to sleep. Immediately the boat comes in, but it's Ifrit and they do not have the detection. Avil, he's like, I'm done running. I am a cancer. I cannot be killed. I can only spread.
And that hit. There you go, 40 seconds off on the bench to catch a breath. And meanwhile, everyone's playing so actively on the top side of the map, leaving the bottom side empty. I mean, because pencari tuhan has no more towers in the bottom lane, so there's no reason for the...
Oh, Fiend's Grip committed, but only on the Jakiro, and here comes the cancel. The Blink call as well, lays down the Ice Pass, it catches on the Kunkka. The ball lightning in from miles away into the RP! The RP is there to save his teammate, but there's no means of escape. Facehugger will get tossed back. Ew, the boat does connect onto the Storm, but it's not enough.
The toss into the core, did you see that?
Yes, that Jokam, man. This guy, man, he's been nailing the tosses. The save down at bottom and a whole lot of initiation. Toss out the Venom in his own base. Jokam, really the flashy player, and this is the kind of heroes he excels on.
And now top lane being pressured by Garuda. And after this top tower, there will be no more extra tower outside of the base for pencari tuhan. And they can shift their focus into the rush if they wish. This super long zap just now able to get the kill, even though the RP expanded on him, not quite enough to get the kill.
Well then, they know RP is down. Will they look to commit, do something aggressive?
Probably the Roshan.
Yeah, I actually like that right now. You go for the objectives. You know that RP is down. They can't contest you in the Roche. You've got damage from the Weaver. You've got damage from the Tiny and his tree.
And I believe that Garuda just got 4 bounties ruined for themselves for the 25 minutes mark. This is slowly getting out of the hand of Para pencari tuhan. They can go to rush now and fight strong later because there's no more other objective.
They did ping it out. They want it.
They started on working on it. Will Para pencari tuhan realize this?
Even if they do, I don't think they can contest.
Kunka has a boat, and the cancer guy is always around. It's going for Atalans, and they're just gonna total back up. CJ not having a best game. What did CJ has on the Juggernaut? I believe there's a diffuser as well.
Well, does he? Yeah, he does. He has a Manta as well.
Going for the Satanic next, but we'll see how it goes. Roshan's gone. Who's gonna take the Aegis? Azura, of course.
He's the one diving in. Might as well give him an extra life to play around with.
Dive in for the vision for active follow-up.
Probably this Jagger is not the target to be silenced up. With the Orchid, he does have a Manta style to dispel.
This will be a good fight. Can't wait to see how the fight gonna break out. This Jokam to toss everything and going for the U next, so even more slippery and to debuff if he needs to.
They're expecting them to commit down at bottom because of the creep waves pushing in, but to no avail. No one's there. Everyone has to play a little safer. They don't have vision on the top triangle. They have to smoke out to move out forward.
It's a do or die situation now because Tikunka just invested into a full BKB, and if he dies, there you go. But Garuda is pretty spread up, so they can't get caught. Anyone is big for PPT right now.
Oh, look at that. They're reading the maps, they pinged them out, they saw the position in the triangle, they have watered the area.
Skadi's almost completed on the Weaver as well, way more tanky. And the slow coming out from the Skadi right-click attack with the diffuser combination, that's nightmare, dude.
There you go. Okay, we might look into a big team fight right here. The D-Wards comes out, so they know they're in the bottom half of the jungle.
I'm not sure if they want to keep going for the high ground, but you have the Aegis and there's no reason for you not to go for it.
And they got info that they're all the way up top, so I say you commit down at the bottom.
Oh, no, he's going to go for the Skadi first. Skadi's on the way, so it's going to wait for the career, but he's all into that. He had no Aegis as well. So if they burst this Weaver, then it will be great.
Kuka's got to be careful. The toss back into the call is always a threat, and he's there on his own. There will not be any backup if they so wishes to commit this Garuda.
Garuda knocking on the high ground doors of Para pencari tuhan. They have to figure out a solution to hold the high ground, otherwise the towers doesn't go down like that.
They do hear out the TP though, so they know backup is finally around.
Oh,
immediately the skew was backwards, but you got that onto the Weaver, just time lapse away. Oh, immediately the toss back, Jokev again saving his carry. This is some next level play. In comes in the blade call, and immediately the cancer has been unleashed, but in the backline they do not stand a chance. The RP onto the Macropire, followed by the boat. Oh, this thing gets the shockwave. The backline's already been taken down by Azura, has to buy back. He does have the Aegis. Jokam, can you come in with the God Toss to save him? Gets the Ice Path, controlling them for a bit, and Jokam did it again, making that space, but the Axe Box is gonna pull him backwards. Does have the Lincolns, will get out. Another Ice Path to lay it down.
Oh, the Spirit Vessel and the poison is not enough to bring down Azura. Azura just TP back to base.
Oh, now Misery will be the sacrificial lamb.
They're more than happy for that. Let's have a look at the fight recap now. The fight is going to real even, and they bought back one hero. I forgot who was that to bought back to come back to this fight. Oh, CJ bought back to join the fight. Yeah, so 1 for 3 and the Aegis. I mean 1 for 2 and the Aegis, but it's a really good fight coming up. Forces CJ to buy back now. CJ is really set back from the item furthermore. And the damage being dealt by the team, thanks to the Empower, is insane. The Kunka with the Empower type bringer with the boat, 2-man boat we saw.
Yeah,
just turning the game around. I thought they're gonna call GG, but they did not. They fight back. Bounce back really strong this game.
Definitely a glimmer of hope for them. PPT not out just yet, showing that they can really defend the high ground, especially with that Tidebringer, as you mentioned.
This game, man, it's gonna slowly snowball. The snowball being stopped after that fight. Look at the goal. It's only 13,000 lead right now. I shouldn't put it that way. Let me rephrase it. It's 13,000 lead, and yet they're still able to get 3 kills for 1 kill. This is amazing.
It's gonna be a tough uphill battle, but I think PPT, as time goes by, can do it. As you mentioned, the empower is to make sure that they can close in that gap. And you can see Juggernaut slowly clawing his way back up in the net worth charts.
Jokum did a good job for stun 4-man as well. The 4-mans can't move for a moment when he got air toss, so
If it wasn't for Jokum, his carries would be dead.
for sure, dude. So this game, let's see how it's gonna go on. Another second attempt on the high ground. This time, no edges.
Facehugger, he does have a sentry there. Will it pop the word? It will. Immediately the toss back, but he's ready for it. He's got the X mark. Oh, the Yules catches onto the wrong target. It would have been his life. He's got to count his blessings for that.
Oh my god, this fight just now. I thought for sure he was gonna pull back himself, but he baited the call, find out there's 4 people.
Immediately ball lightning in.
Not just the tower. Viva uses his Lincoln on Azura. So Ifrit uses the Lincoln on Azura to allow Azura to do this. And just gonna control the jungle and go for Shrine. Why not? Why not?
Why not? Might as well secure more of your lead, secure positioning on this jungle high ground.
This is kind of still in favor to Garuda, despite a Shrine and a bottom tower. I feel like PPT still has this chance to fight back in this game, especially CJ closing off on the Satanic, on the Juggernaut.
After that display, no doubt, man. I'm starting to believe that they have... I mean, with the Empower, like you said, the flash farm is there, so there's always a way back in, and they're slowly catching up, right? And after a couple of items, maybe they're starting to be more formidable. Because it was the early game tempo that they couldn't keep up with, and I said I like Garuda's draft because of the 3. The Jakiro, the Tiny, and the Axe, who's going to pressure the early game. But if you don't close an early game off, it's going to get pretty rough.
I mean, Jokum still can transition into core into the scary tree volley we saw, but right now Jokum is doing his job as position for not buying all those luxurious items, sticking with the simple yet useful item like a Blink, like a Yield, and I believe he's going for
A 4-star max, actually.
yeah, it has to be a utility Tiny.
So at least an upside for PPT. Don't have to worry about the tree volley coming anytime soon.
Has to be careful, Ifrit.
Oh, pops it. Immediately the Axe marks connect. Will they pull him in with the Fiend's Grip? They do not have the detection, and the pullback was just not on time.
This hurts a lot, although they can have the both buff now, but this is not what you want, man. I thought everything was perfect there. He has the helmet ready as well.
Yeah, I thought the play was to pop the Lincolns, Axe mark him back, Fiend's Grip, and then actually kill it off.
I mean, that was the plan, but execution doesn't... I mean, if my hand for the WESG as well.
Probably so, man.
What do you think?
They say expectations, reality, and another one happening right here. Ifrit immediately just silence up the Vandalman, so they know his cancer is not hard. With, but the Avatar buyback immediately, and now in a lot of trouble, being chased down, but the Yules will save his life. The Blink Call onto all 3 here, just taking down your armor, and now they actually got the RP onto both the Weaver and this Storm Spirit, so the control is there. They pops the dust, but he was already too far away. The Nightmare though, coming clutch in time. Will they take him down? They won't. Ifrit will walk away in time. Azura though, he bought back for this. He cannot die, he's out of mana. Does pop the Lincolns, but the cancer will eat him up on the inside.
He saved his carry, Ifrit, on that clutch moment. Ifrit has the jam as well. If he loses the jam, it's gonna be disastrous. So Storm Spirit Azura decided to come back and join the fight. But despite of the goal deficit, they're able to put up one of a fight for us with 2 buybacks committing on the side of Para pencari tuhan. And now Ifrit is ready to fight this guy who wants to hold on the tower. CJ has a Satanic ready.
Oh, he's gotta be careful. The Ice Path Magnifier laid down with the Avatar's combo. The burst, will it be enough? Just Manta his way. He's running away. He does have the movement speed. Pops the healing ward. Will go out in time. That was really close for CJ.
A little bit too much respect even by Garuda right there. If they decided to chase for that, that's for sure is a kill, but did not expect what's behind the cliff. And I mean, it's a good play, good respect your opponent, never underestimate them, but at the end of the day, it's still, I don't know, man, it's a pro and cons, it's a double-edged sword. If you go for it, it's a kill, but if you go for it, this whole army is behind him, then you might pay with your life, so.
I think they should have just went for it. They know the RP is down. It was just recently used by the Shrine.
Yeah, true that too, so there's, I don't know what's in their mind. Right, this mid tower should be going down now.
Slowly clawing their way back into the game. This PPT getting some divine favor from the gods, being para pencari tuhan. They found it. They found their groove, they found their rhythm, and now they are clawing their way back in. Look, Storm has fallen off in the net worth chart.
Yeah, but Storm did a really good job last game, zapping into Venom and finish Venom off. I believe that he can do the same thing, repeat and repeat again, but maybe on Aura.
Oh, Fiend's Grip is up. If they look so to commit, spots him out, but top lane, I heard an Aethers. Oh, Axe with the blink call onto all two, but the bolt will come. He does have a BKB, so nothing has been done besides the right-click damage is there. Immediately jumps to the backline, cancels the Fiend's Grip with the silence. He drops the Cancer, and now, oh, he pops the link in. The Rare of Aethos will connect. Will not, but the Torrent catches him. Ifrit falling pretty low, has to back off. Jocam though, he's the next target to go for. He's slowed down with the Cancer. He pops the Yules, just setting himself up. The Torrent does not connect. Fast fingers coming out. Visery, great ice path. Will disengage. It's a 1-for-1 trade.
He knew that he will be pulled back into it. He knew that when he X-Mark him, he will use himself to prevent Torrent. Therefore, he did not Torrent, wait for the use, and Torrent the use plays. This is really well played coming off from the good guys. I learned something new today. But he has a blink, even faster hands. Blink up from the Torrent. These two teams, man, playing mental game with each other. It's not only Dota and game skill right now, it's mental game for these two teams. Basher is being queued up by CJ. CJ really wants the Basher for the lockdown.
Immediately, Roche is the next objective in mind. They might want to look to contest. They know boat is down. RP hasn't been... RP is finally up, so they gotta be careful. He does have a Skadi, this Ifrit. Immediately ball lightning in, wastes no time, but the Radiant side, PPT, does want to look to commit. Oh, RP is gone. 7 seconds, I didn't see him use it. So, Inishi, I don't think you want to contest. He's got a macro player down. He does use the Torrent just to buy some time, but Roche is falling pretty low.
They have to be careful here, they can't contest. Seems like he
Oh,
wants to go
immediately
in.
the skewer
Nice
outwards! But the blink in into the call. You just outplayed yourself. The Torrent is there. It's been snatched by Predator. They got the kill, but Azura takes the Aegis, the bigger win.
That's a nice play coming up, regardless of that. Nice blinking skewer in time, but kind of slightly too early, and the team is not there to follow up. The boat wasn't there. If the boat was there, an X counter initiate the game and just call them with BKB, able to get the kill. You get the Aegis cheese, you get the Russian go at least, but you get the opponent team, which is Garuda, get the go and cheese. I guess this is not the situation you're looking for.
No, definitely not indeed. Starts questioning yourself with maybe you should have just let this one go.
But then we have one less highlights for us.
That's true. That's true. You know what? Keep doing that.
Alright, cheese is ready
Oh,
on...
and Ice Cloud?
Yep.
What a vision.
Yeah, he's going for another Orchid as well on the Viva. So if Viva complete the Orchid into the Blood Taunt, then there's a lot of damage ditching out by the Viva.
And a lot of silence.
Yep. Just now we saw the Aura try to
Straight to the bottom with you.
just try to recall the memory. Aura was casting Fiend's Grip on the Storm, on the Viva.
No, on Axe, on Huppy, and then immediately the ball lightning zips in and
No,
silence.
the one previously, before that. He cast it on Ifrit, but Tiny has the stun or toss to cancel it. It's just casually hitting him. Almost killed Ifrit there. But I don't think the Aura has the chance to do it anymore because of the silence coming up from Garuda is just way too much.
2 silence, control, and AoE control. This Axe, blink call.
I'm really looking forward to see how this game gonna be played off, man.
It's just crazy disables into the ice path as well. Remember, if this goes super late, that ice path is gonna have an additional 2 seconds with the level 25's talent.
Safety play coming up from Jocam, stun the high ground to make sure there's no one there
They
behind
spot
it.
him out. They pinged him out. Would they want to look and commit? Does he have the blink? Skewer, the Fiend's Grip immediately committed for that one. Torrent as well. They're not taking chances. They're just gonna go for it.
he definitely did not expect this at all because he just woke up the high ground with a stun 2 seconds ago just to get the bounty runes, and now suddenly 4 people appear there. He's more than happy to take this gang for his team, I believe. I mean, at the end of the day, still a position for Joe Cam, but it's fine, I believe.
It is a Fiend's Grip down. That's one less utility to control the carries on the side of Garuda.
2 gems up right now. There's a Weaver with a gem and as well as the Venom with a gem. Both teams realize that the Vision is the game winner here. Next mark just to casually push up the wave, I believe. Vano wants to contest.
He's got to be careful though. Plays like this, they do have a Yule Scepter to just cancel his way back.
Bottom lane being shoved in, someone needs to TP the bottom and shove up the bottom lane. Otherwise, the tower just go down to the creeps, and something that did not want to see, I believe.
Oh, they know this. They know they're going to have to rotate, so they're looking for it.
Yeah. Someone's not there, definitely rotated to the bottom lane, and Viva will be the one to do that. Orchid should be completed after this wave and wants to go for the Bloodstone, I believe.
Things are looking pretty, starting to drop off for the side of Garuda. It seems like they're maybe going into it seems like they're actually clawing their way back in. It's already the 40th minute. They are up on the net worth charts. Jugger now 23k net worth lead. Second to only his Kunkka at the 21,000 mark.
And now both teams back to farming. 41 minutes in, almost going to the 42 minutes mark. And some of them do not have buyback, I believe. Can we have a look at the buyback status?
There you go.
Storm and Veno.
You gotta be careful.
But Veno's just 4 seconds left, so and Storm's 300 go away. So we might be watching a 10v10 in the moment.
Which is, you mean a 5v5, which means
and
10.
buy back and come back.
Oh.
So 10v10, if they decided to do that. Because one big team fight here, and if you do not buy back and fight back, it would be harmful.
Here you go, your wish is coming true. That 10v10 came sooner than you expected. Smoke up, ready to go. Scans onto the high ground of the dire triangle. Does clip. They know someone's there. They do not have the vision. Might want to look for the wraparound. Oh, they're waiting for the rotation to come in mid just to fend off those creeps, but they decide, play it safe. They've lost 2 engagements so far. Might as well go down to the bottom tower where the tier 3s are not there and just force them onto the barracks instead.
What is this? Backdoor protective. The creep is coming though, so they have to be careful here. They either get down one and get out, or get out now.
Happy waiting in the tree lines, just waiting for it. He's waiting for the clump up to happen. It's 2 big cores. That's a perfect timing. They gotta be careful. Happy.
Triple boot. Talent. I had
an X-Marks there, just trying to play it safe. They think they know Happy's in the tree line. Do they have the vision? Do they have the vision onto the back ends of the barracks?
If they pop a smoke here, then they will realize that the torrent being casted. Where is it? Casted.
Happy will just respect his opponent, back off just in time.
No, Happy, you should have just blinked, oh man. We've been waiting for that.
No, that's what I meant. Like, does he have the vision of the barrack area? Like, he was under the trees, right? So he probably didn't know how many were there unless someone actually walks up to the high ground to give him that.
Just do it. Who cares how many is there? Just do it.
Oh, now it's the counter initiation. They are the ones pushing high ground. They saw him. Will lay down an ice path and walk away.
They really wanted the cliff. The Observer just died thanks to Sentry on the Weaver, but they planted a fresh one. I don't understand, man. The Observer's just going to go down again.
Doesn't matter. Every second the Observer is up on the high ground is a second they get an info.
Hacks been purchased on the Kunkka and the Abyssal being completed on the Juggernaut as well.
Okay, that's more damage, that's more control with the Abyssal stun proc. And, well, you hack the Weaver, that's like the surefire way.
I don't know how this game gonna be, man. If the Weaver get controlled by the Hex and the Abyssal, this might be big. On the net worth size, net worth chart, I believe Weaver's still leading though. Can we have a look, please?
Let's see what the net worth is. It's 27k, shy of 2k down from the Jugger. I mean, to the Weaver as the Jugger.
Happy is just not getting so much farm because the map basically occupied by the Weaver and the Azura on the top spirit as well.
And this is going to be a problem, right? You can't push high ground. So soon they're going to have the utilities to deal with all these very mobile heroes, like already picking up the hacks, already picking up the abyssal. That's an extra stun on your first hit.
I don't know, man. This game is 12,000 lead on Garuda, but the way they play seems like they're playing from behind. I think they respect the fact that they have so much control and the damage is insane. And all 10 hero has the buyback, as we see. This game is just go to anyone down to one fight. One fight and the buyback is going to be decided. Hacks.
Oh, hacks onto Happy. Happy will make it out just in time. And the third Roche is going to be huge in this game. Because you, as Garuda, you don't want to give a refresher or potentially an Ags on the side of PPT. Because right now, they have the big ultimates. They have the RP, double RP is going to be pretty scary. Ideally, you'd want it on yourself. If you have an Ags, Aghanim blasting, probably the Weaver, so you can just save someone.
I think Jokum should slowly transition into damage as well. The team is lacking of damage right now. Jokum is higher level than Happy. Happy can just do the job and buy all those items. And I believe that Tiny should go for Aghanims now with 3.8Ks on him. There's no doubt that the 3 volley would definitely help into the team fight. Or he can just go for more team utilities item, but I don't like that. Any words to add on?
No, man. Right now it's just pretty dead even. I honestly, if I could right now, join with all the viewers who's watching the stream, because like, yo, this is an entertaining one. I want to honestly watch. If I wasn't here today to cast this game, I would be pretty disappointed.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see how the game gonna be played like, man. Disconnected just to make sure, no, reconnect just to make sure everything's fine, and just looking forward to the next big fight coming between these two teams, man.
They gotta reset. They're like, you know, I'm having a little bit of packet loss. Let me relog. That's usually, it always works sometimes. At least in my potato PC, but hey, I'll take it.
That's the most traditional way. If something not working, hit it or just relog.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah, internet not working. Just restart the router, man. Anyway, put that aside. This game, what's the win probability for you?
Dude, you know, I said I like Garuda because of the aggressive lineup, but right now, that's always the trade-off, right? You have a very early aggressive lineup, you're going to fall off. You're always going to fall off, but Tiny is one of those heroes who could bring it late with the three volley, so they might look to give that third Roche. The Aghanim blasting might give it to him, might give it onto the Weaver just to save someone's. It's like constant Ags right there. Not to mention a cooldown on the time lapse. It's going to be pretty broken as well. So I think it all boils down to this third Roche, which you can see everyone just volleying up right here, rallying up. Oh, they got the control onto the Tiny, the Axe marks, but the Yules has the ice path down, will be in this, and blinks away.
Kunkka is 3.8k, so there's no way you can burst him. So all the viewer has to do is just burst the support and left the Kunkka by himself. The game will be much easier. And Kunkka can go for a heart if he wants to. Ooh. DD and go for Nullifier. This will be deadful for anyone that he go on for.
I think it all boils down to the third Roche. I think we're going to see something big in the third Roche this game.
Yeah, if you Okin and Nullifier to CJ probably can't do much but just go down. Bane just accepted the fact that he's a support and not going for big item. But I think this game, as you said, third Roche is the key, man.
They're checking it out. They spot it. Roche is still empty. Everyone not willing to leave the mid lane, just clearing the creeps, making sure they equilibrium. But the toss back, he got the Golem instead. Probably not the play you want. He tried, but fortunately, the Golem was aggroed right there.
Interesting. I mean, I like how he going in like fearlessly, man. Just whatever, just take my life if you need to. I have 4 staff, I have views, I'm cool.
Oh,
this
and as
time.
you say that, immediately toss back, he spreads his cancer in the back line. And immediate Joe Cam though, he's the big support, he's the big playmaker, but has the means to get out. Immediately ball lightning's in, making a zip-zap, just dropping static remnants, and the Vortex catches onto this Magnus. This is gonna be huge. This is gonna open up Roche. The blink called in the back line onto both core. That's your Juggernaut and the face hugger. The Kunkka, easier damage. He pops the BKB, trying to stay alive. But CJ, he's turning this one around. The buybacks are coming in. Jakiro, bought back. Kunkka has the buyback. Magnus as well. They know the Roche is up. They want to contest it. They can't let this go.
Happy big play once again, calling on 2 cores and allow the DD Azura just to hit. No, sorry. DD I fried. I just lost off their name, man. Just too excited. DD Viva just to hitting them, and that's just allowed you. I'm not sure why Garuda is not buying back to contest for this rush, man.
Oh, they don't have a buyback.
Don't they?
They don't have a buyback.
They do today. Can we have a look? Buyback status, please.
Money. I think money issue. It's gonna be rough, man. They don't have a buyback in this point of time, and just the third Roach could be an Aghanims, could be a Refresher. Either way, it's going to be pretty huge for the side of. Oh, it's an Axe. They gave it onto CJ. That's a lower cooldown on the Omni Slash, more damage input in the time, and it was, as we could see, it was CJ actually turning the fight in that last engagement.
It was. They should have buyback. What did they invest to? Can we have a look at Stomp, please? Stomp's item.
Storm Spirit.
Stomp Spirit. Yeah. Oh, what do you get? Lincoln?
Kaya? Oh, Lincoln's. Might
Yeah.
be. It was the Weaver who had the Lincolns earlier.
Yeah. The 2k goal just suddenly disappeared, and he's not enough goal for the buyback. This is looking hard, man.
Oh, the game tide has turned. Remember, they had a 13k net worth lead earlier on Garuda, but now it's falling down to 17. Almost half disappeared.
It just feels like the damage is not enough. Like, the Ifrit did his best to output as much damage as possible with the Happy 2-man Coral. And right now, there's a second cycle of Wise being purchased. This is insane, bro.
And like we said, the early game, they would not have a solution for the Weaver Storm, but now the 8 is picked up long ago with the hacks. This Weaver has to be careful. Does have the Lincoln Sphere for, you know, for survival's sake, but always have the means to control it. Enfeeble, low cooldown spell. Oh, the toss back immediately. Data, Facehugger. He committed his BKB in an earlier fight, but the RP onto all three. Here comes the poke. Everyone has popped their BKB though, so not much damage from that on Facehugger. They're falling pretty low, but the Omni Slash comes out. Yule Scepter trying to save himself. Joe Cam will hit Torrent up, so a lot of control is out. Azura, no mana to fight with. Skill is up on the high ground. You gotta be kidding me. White Fawn, he's stuck up there, but now the toss back up onto the high ground again. They're just gonna take him down one after one. That's 3 down on the side of PPT. CJ, the only one trying to fend for himself. He's low, but this Weaver though, he is also low. If they were to look at him, the Fiend's Grip coming out finally. The third Fiend's Grip of the game is just gonna claw this Axe down, and nobody has buyback, so this is gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. Gets the kill onto the Axe. Axe does have a buyback, but that's the gem.
Wait. White Fawn tried to skewer someone up with the cliff with him, but ended up just being himself stuck on the cliff. And give away a free kill to Viva.
No. He skewered Storm up on the cliff, but it was a Storm. He just
was it Storm there?
Yeah, he zips himself down.
Oh, it's too quick that I thought he just skewered himself.
Immediately buyback committed though. This Axe, they really wanted a big kill. They know this Kuka's on his own. Oh, the Nightmare saved. The force down finally gets him down. He pops the BKB. Now they can look to disengage. This buyback might be. Oh my god, you wasted your buyback, and now the Omni Slash is scary. It is a physical damage. But here comes the boat controlling in the backline. This Weaver can't get close to the zone. He has a BKB, he's now right-clicking him down, but Kunkka, when did you get this tanky? I don't remember you surviving through it all. The call is there. We'll get the stun, we'll get the dunk, we'll get controlled, and now Jugga is muted. Can he make it out in time? He has no buyback. This could be it. This is 100 seconds. He's turning this one around.
Doing it.
No mana. He's trying to get out of here. But the Axe, the call, it's there. The control, the ice bath, it's all over. This Jugger is down. He does have his buyback now up.
CJ did his best. The Satanic almost healing back up, but there's no one to back him up. He only needed one more with him. There could have been a different team fight there.
Yeah, it was just the both of them, and it took that long to take them down. Imagine if they had a full 5-man.
They don't need full 5-man. Just one more is enough for him there.
Exactly, Garuda, you really have to defend right now. You have your way in. You know, as a 5-man team, they can't take you down head on. You won that first engagement. They came back to exploit the Kunkka being trapped on top. So you have to push this window of 70 seconds, no Kunkka, up onto the high ground.
CJ has bought back, Storm has bought back. They can just go, get one kill, and die, and buy back and join this fight. That's the only way they can do it now.
CJ just bought back though, so Oh, immediately they come in. They
Mansa.
know, big kill. This is CJ. He
Muted.
uses buyback with the RP in the back line. Immediately, Jada toss back in. He drops the cancel. White Mon is gone. No buybacks onto everyone. The turnaround play. It's GG. It's looking like it. They're beating on the barracks. They're holding for the sliver HP of hope. But here they are. Tier 4s immediately. You're going to have someone up in 5 seconds. But he's on his own. They can't do it. GG has been called. PPT, Para pencari tuhan. They cannot find God. They cannot find a victory in this best out of 3 series.
What a series! 2-1 Garuda winning the final of the WESG Indonesia country final. 2-1 leading Para pencari tuhan. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. Give our Scaredy give one shot break because the last team fight was just too extreme to end off the game. So on Garuda Muda, who's the MVP?
Garuda,
We were 0 death. Didn't we realize that?
I have to give it to Jocom did a lot, but I think
Azura did a good job.
yeah, I
think
have to give it to Azura.
Yes.
It's hands down Azura. Azura, he got skewered onto the high ground, which puts him in a bad position, puts White Mon in a bad position. He just zips himself back down. Although it was like a bait play, but he did a lot with his, say, ball lightning in, the silence, and immediately just controlling people around. I would say second to that would probably be Happy with his axe. They nearly lost that top engagement. Kunkka just had no way to TB back home. Had the Kunkka actually retreated earlier, they probably would have held that high ground easier. But he had no means to get out, and the Kunkka, he was on the cliff way too long. They exploited that perfectly. Garuda playing out of their minds, and with that last engagement, it was Azura who zipped his way in, started the initiation onto a bot back Jagger, killed them all off.
I don't think they should take the last fight. They should at least wait for the Kunkka. I mean, 1 lane is fine at the moment of the stage. Maybe 2 lanes is fine as well. Just let them have the racks. And maybe your Kunkka is back. You can fight. As we can see, the Magnus did a good job of the RP, but just not enough. Like, RP, everything is fine, but just lacking of damage. And the damage is from empowered Kunkka.
Yes, that was the big thing, because just Kunkka alone, it was so hard to take him down. But if they hadn't been patient, just let the first lane of racks go, maybe wait for the Kunkka in, then maybe they can look to contest. But CJ, he just fronted the whole thing, knowing that he didn't have he expanded his buyback. And that was the end of it.
One more thing I'll talk about. CJ holds onto the Mansa when they try to Orchid on him, but when he Mansas out, the illusion just died too quickly, and Weaver has the Nullifier just to finish him off. That's the game killing there, because Nullifier can't use any item. And here you go, your CJ is gone, buyback. I really think that they should let go at least 2 lanes of racks to wait for the Kunkka, and they will still stand a chance to come back in this game.
And it all happened on top of the macro pyre. Let's give some support. Let's give some glory to the support. And that was game number 3 anyways. It was between Para pencari tuhan and, of course, Garuda in this best out of 3 series winners gets to represent Indonesia in the next stage. And since we had a prediction earlier with the Pandora box on who makes the right predictions, will walk away safely. Who makes it wrong will have to, well, pay the price. I made that wrong, and my punishment was
this one.
Yeah, okay. It was to stick a note that says eSport Plab on my forehead. You know what? I'll gladly stick it on right there.
Just for the sake of the wonderful best of 3 series, yeah.
You probably can't see it because it's not in like marker pen. It says eSport Pleb. Because I got the wrong prediction, but hey, we got one of the best series in the tournament so far. It was the best out of 3.
Doesn't matter if you take the punishment, the game was just too amazing to be cast.
I'll gladly take the L. I'll gladly take the loss, because we had so much entertainment in all 3 games. All 3 games, that intense. So I will gladly just give this humiliation to myself. Congratulations for getting the right prediction.
But like I don't really care about the prediction anymore after the game that we've been watching after the game 2. Game 3 was just back and forth, really close for Para pencari tuhan. But congratulations to Garuda for winning this best of 3 series and representing Indonesia to the WESG SEA for a bigger prize pool and bigger prize representing the SEA to China eventually.